Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Alright, first and foremost, call hello Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Kakadash. Once again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who deserve double honors, and also who rule well. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim out there on the highways and byways, across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with all honesty and sincerity, trying to wake up the remaining hopeful elect. Alright? Because as we all know, time is of the essence, time grows short. Alright, so the picture you see here, after you stop laughing, I'm borrowing this. I hope the brother doesn't mind, from the elder Malcolm Alma in Chicago. Malcolm. He says, jail white men to save the planet. Jane Fonda. And you see him in the background behind bars. Alright. But see, I'm laughing because, despite all the tactics, all the underhanded tactics that you used against us, guess what? All the scriptures and the prophecy said these things are going to be brought on your head. Psalms 7, 15 and 16, Psalms 9 and 16. The curses in Deuteronomy 30 and 7. So these curses be, well, in fact, instead of just quoting those scriptures, why don't I just go ahead and get them real quick. Let's see. Right. I'll start at 14. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity. And again, let's go to the top here, because this is, alright, Shiggaion of David, which he sang unto the Most High concerning the words of Cush the Benjamin. Alright. Meaning that's where he dwelt. Alright. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, he hath conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. So that's another word for head again. So it's saying you twice. Alright, I said 9, let's go to 9. Alright. 15. The heathen and the nation of Edom, the so-called white man, alright, is of that nation. Alright. They are the chief heathen. They are the lowest of the low. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made. In the net which they hid is their own foot taken. 16. The Most High, Yahweh, that's his name, Yahweh, is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higgaion Selah. Alright, so let's go back to this photo. Again, it's beautiful. We bring out scriptures like Sirach or Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 25, verse 7, where it tells you how it's such a good thing to be alive, to see the downfall of your enemy. And we're certainly seeing this now, because America's out of here. There's no, as it says in Jeremiah, there's no healing of this wound here. There's no balm for it. Alright, it's out. It's not even at this point. They're trying to administer some pain medication, but no. Speaking of pain, plenty of pangs, Pangs, are coming. Alright. Jacob's trouble. Alright. That's certainly You know, Jeremiah 30:7. Because our people, hey, the majority of which just can't get right, don't even want to. You know, those are the 2/3. So, but back to this. The focus of this is the nation of Edom, so-called white man. Yeah, he did all these things to us. Played our women against us. And everybody talked about it. Oh man, those blacks, they can't even get along with their own women. Look, the women are the boss of the household. He set that shit up. So-called white man. He set all this in motion. You gotta understand, these since we're in, might as well get there. Since we're in Psalms and we're close by, let's go to. I could have did 10, but let's go to 17. All right, and we get down to. Let's see, a prayer of David, all right, for his enemies. He wanted some relief, all right, as do we. And he says, arise, O Most High Yahweh, disappoint him. Who's the him? In this case, we're talking about the so-called white man, nation of Edom. Cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Notice the phrasing there. From the wicked, which is thy sword. So this so-called white man, in his arrogance, he thinks that, oh man, I did this by my own might. That's another scripture. Let's go there. Oh man, but he's nothing but a tool at the end of the day. All right, just a tool. Let's go to Isaiah 10 and 13. Let's see what 12 says. Let's start at 12. He says, wherefore it shall come to pass that when the Lord hath performed his whole work upon Mount Zion, all right, and on Jerusalem, I will punish. Remember, we're being chastised, all right. It's not only talking about the place as in the land, it's talking about the people in itself, the nation of Israel, all right. It says, I will punish the fruit of the stout, or the proud heart of the king of Assyria. All right, and since in many ways, when you're talking about captivity of the Israelites, you speak of one, you're really speaking of all of them. All right, because yeah, it's interchangeable. You know, First Maccabees 2 and 10. You know, all the nations have had a piece of us. All right. It says, I will punish the fruit of a stout heart. And it tells you in the commentary for Revelation chapter 14 and verse 8 that in certain instances where John the Revelator or any other prophets, in most cases you could not come out and talk about the current king. All right, that's scriptural also. So you would substitute, say, if you were in ancient Rome, you might speak about the Assyrians. Or if you were in Assyria, you might speak about captivity before that, you know, with Moab or whoever. But you're really talking about Assyria or Rome. All right, you understand? There you go. All right. Let's see, I'll read 12 again. Wherefore it shall come to pass that when the Lord hath performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria and the glory of his high looks. Who's more proud than the nation of Edom, the so-called white man? He walks around, she does too, with her chest all out, looking at Jake like, what are you doing on my planet? Not realizing they've been set up. Even more so than a pharaoh of ancient Egypt. 13, for he saith, We're still talking about his pride of this devil now. By the strength of my hand I have done it. Did I just read you Psalm 17 and 13? And by my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people, and have robbed the treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. And yet, look what's happening to you. Here's one picture. For some reason, this is not cooperating with me. Salakia. I have another one here, but I can't quite get it. All right. Look at this. Ban white men. This is his own women. Ban white men. It's beautiful. Remember, I referenced Sirach 25 and 7. This is part of that. All right. There. It's all breaking apart, and there's nothing they can fucking do about it. It's beautiful. They're on their own path of self-destruction. Despite all the underhandedness and wickedness they've done to our people to keep us. Remember Psalms 83. This is a part of that, to keep us, apart constantly. And a lot of immigrants are now telling, in specific, Moab is pissed, the so-called Chinese, because they come over here as immigrants, and they're telling how they were told to stay away from us. And, all this shit that the so-called white man was talking about, was like, damn. And they, after being here a while, they were like, that's some fucked up shit. But, still, they were encouraged to maintain the status quo. And we're talking about setting up, stores and shit. This is even especially in the South. All right, but now they're coming out. Even the other immigrants, Kush, so you can't imagine how bad this fucking white man talks about you. So like I say, this is not our rest. How many times do we have to say this? This was never meant for our enjoyment. So, that's going to be about it. I'm not going to, there's nothing much else to say. It's just funny as hell. But it's poetic justice. More is yet to come. Revelation 13 and 10. Oh, it's to be the beautiful part. I hope I live to see it. One fashion or the other. I hope I really, really do. So let's get that real quick. And I'll close with that. Yes, this time I will close with that. This is Sirach 25 and 7. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy. And the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Beautiful. So with that, hey, until the next video, Shalom.